What's up, everybody? Kimberly Olson here, coming in live, also known as the Gold Digger Girl. And have I got a special treat for you tonight because you guys know I'm all about health and wellness and living our best lives possible. So I just met Meaghan on Messenger and I said, I've got to interview you. So, girl, thank you so much for being on. So excited to have you. I'll just put her name up there so you guys can go find her. So I'm going to give you guys a second to pop on here, but thanks for being on, Meaghan.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Kimberly. It's really exciting.
I know, this will be fun. We can find out a little bit about you and all that good stuff, your journey. So if you guys can just put 1 in the comments if you're watching this live, put 2 if you're watching the replay. If you're new and you've never seen Meaghan before, like she's just brand new to you, put new in the comments. Once you connect with her, you're going to see she's very active on social media. So she'll definitely be somebody you're going to want to follow. And if you share this out, put shared in the comments. I'm going to give you a special shout out. This would be great to share if you are into being healthier. So maybe you're trying to lose weight or eat healthier or exercise, or just in any way you're trying to improve your life and you know that you have people maybe that are on your personal page watching. Share this video into your personal page, or if you're in the health and wellness space, I know a lot of you are in direct sales, share this into your group. If you have some sort of group, this would be a great thing to share as well. And we're going to talk about her entrepreneurial journey as well. So this is good if you are, network marketing and you just want to share it to your team to inspire them. So let's jump right in. So Meaghan, why don't you share with people watching, tell us a little bit about you and your background and your health journey. And by the way, where are you at right now? Are you in Bali?
I am in Bali, yes. So the background, if you're curious what this is, I'm in kind of like this open air bungalow. So that's what you see.
That is so cool. And that's where you live?
That's where I'm living currently. So yeah, that's kind of part of what I do is I live a nomadic lifestyle, meaning that I'm always living abroad. I'm always traveling.
And probably has some Wi-Fi sometimes too. Make sure it's not me. You're freezing up a little bit, girlfriend. We were having some technical issues when we first got in here, so I'll chit chat about her a little bit about her until she's able to get back on. So what I do know about Meaghan, if you guys are, let me see if I can see comments. Can you guys I'm frozen. Oh, Meaghan, you were frozen for a second.
Oh.
Just don't touch anything, I'm telling you. So I heard you say a little bit about what you do as you live a nomadic lifestyle. Uh-oh. Let me see if she's messaging me. Okay, so Meaghan. Okay, I think she'll be back here, so we'll just chat for a second. So what I do know about Meaghan is that she lives a nomadic lifestyle. So how many of you have found that it was appealing to live a laptop lifestyle? I'll never forget, you guys, it was about 2 years ago, and Christy Deer, if you're watching or anyone mentions this and shares this with you, Christy Deer posted about how she had this life where she wasn't tied to her 9 to 5. She wasn't tied to her desk. She was just like, so many of us just strive. And we are just trying to just like please. And she said, what's so amazing about being an entrepreneur is that I can make my own schedule. I can run my business from my laptop and my cell phone. And I get to set my own goals and I get to set my terms. And that always stuck out to me. And she was one of the reasons that I jumped into network marketing, because that was before I joined, because I was really drawn to that. So in the comments, share with us if you love the idea of a laptop lifestyle, if you love the idea of traveling, you love the idea of being able to run your cell phone, run your business from your cell phone. So put that in the comments. So Meaghan, you bumped off for a second there, but you're in Bali, so we have to know that there's a little that can happen. But why don't you share with everybody a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey or health, just how you got into what you're doing today?
Sure. So, yep. So I've been kind of living this traveling lifestyle now for about 3 years. And so before I was actually an English teacher in Asia. And then I thought, I kind of had hacked life because I was like, oh, I'm living this traveling lifestyle, which I love so much. But I was kind of hitting a point of like existential crisis where I was like, yeah, but I still feel like kind of unsatisfied, like from my work, because like I did enjoy teaching, but it wasn't like my great passion. Mm-hmm. And then I met some people in Vietnam where I was living, and they were online entrepreneurs. They were kind of like bloggers and stuff like that. And when I met those people, that concept completely blew my mind, because like I had never even considered that that was like something that you could do. You know, it just
Yeah,
wasn't
like
on
a
my
real
radar.
thing. Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I met these people and they were talking about, yeah, like we blog, we tell about our travels and we earn money that way, I was like, what? So then I just became obsessed with like, I need to figure out how to do this. And at first I just was researching like all the different ways, you know, I was like, okay, affiliate marketing, SEO, all these different things. I didn't really know what I was going to do. And then as I was researching, somewhere down the line, like online fitness came up. And so I've been really into health and fitness for also about the last 3 years. I've been on my own fitness journey that whole time. And so my personal love is like strength training, and then what's called flexible dieting, whole food nutrition. Personally, I'm all high carb all the way. I hate that carbs get hated on, because that is just, that's not true at all. They're amazing. Um, so anyways, like I just realized, I was like, oh, online fitness, that's something I can do, because I already spend so much time on my fitness because I love it. And then I think all the algorithms kind of started to change. And then so I found who is one of my current business mentors came up on Instagram, and he's specifically like a coach who helps people build their own online nutrition fitness coaching business. So like very specific niche that
Wow.
way. And he helps them scale to like 6 figures and all of that. And so I got on a phone call with him, and it was a really big decision to make. He was quite expensive to work with, so it was like the biggest investment I'd ever made at that point, and I was kind of scared to do it. And it all happened so fast. You know, I went from like finding online fitness to like, okay, I guess I'm working with this mentor, and here we go. But I'm so glad that I did, because it totally paid off, and my whole life has changed. And now I'm an online entrepreneur, and I'm doing something that I love so much, which is health and fitness. I'm able to still continue traveling the world while I do it. So I've really found a way to combine my passions. And the best part is that I get to do something that helps people so much. It obviously
Mhm.
really changes their quality of life. So that's the
That's
story.
amazing. That is so, so wonderful. And you guys go watch her videos. I love, you are always doing so many videos because I have you on my C first. Every time you come up, I'm like, I need to watch that. And I know a lot of this stuff because I've been in the nutrition and fitness world for a long time. But it's like sometimes you forget those things, those certain principles. But also
Mm-hmm.
you got a rockin' body girlfriend. So you are walking the talk. So if you guys are like, and I love everything you're showing them they can do at home. You know, like you're not at like Planet, 24-hour fitness or wherever. You're at home or just, wherever you're traveling, and you're showing people like you can take these really wise principles, cut your time in the gym, and still get the results that you want. So I have like 12 questions
Yeah.
for you for what you just said. So tell me a little bit about the flexible nutrition. So we have, I do have people that in my community that do certain things like keto, whatever. And I've always said as a nutritionist, whatever you want to do and you're pumped about it, like I'm going to help you because I know you're jazzed about it. And it makes sense. Like if that's your thing, but I've always been a fan of carbs. Like whenever I don't do a lot with tracking my food anymore because I just have gotten away from the scale. And I know like what I need now. I'm so intuitive, like right when I had the girls, I lost the baby weight right away because it was just like I knew. But before that, it's like I couldn't understand portion controls. And so whatever. So when I track my food, I naturally am higher in carbs, but I eat a ton of fruits and vegetables. Like that's like crazy how much I eat in a day.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, how did I do that? So flexible, what did you call it? A flexible what?
Flexible dieting.
What is that?
Okay, so what that is, it's also the other name you might have heard is if it fits your macros. So pretty much just meaning that nothing is off limits. And that is why I love it so much, because I personally just think that if you're following a diet where it says like you can't eat this, if there's any kind of restrictions, I'm really against that, because I'm like, it's not sustainable. And the most important thing is that the way, like that it's an actual lifestyle, that it's realistic for you to be able to maintain it in the long run. So flexible dieting, the whole point is that, depending where you are currently and what your goals are, you kind of know, okay, I need to eat X amount of calories, more or less, to achieve the goal that I want. But even more important than the total amount of calories is like your macronutrient split. So how much carbs, how much protein, how much fat. So kind of you follow generally like a certain guideline where, yeah, you make sure that you're having enough of each macronutrient. And the great thing is that, yeah, you can eat whatever you want so long as you're kind of hitting those targets. So it's say like, oh, okay, you can't have pizza, you can't have chocolate or something like that. No, you can literally still have anything that you want. It's all just about balance, right?
Right.
And so this is how I live my life, and this is how I coach my clients, is just showing them that like it's not about restricting yourself, it's not about feeling guilty or any of those negative things. It's just about understanding how to eat healthfully in a way that's really enjoyable the majority of the time, and then you can still absolutely have your full-on indulgences. So just having that balance.
Oh, that's so crazy because I didn't know there was like a name for it. And that's because people ask me, like, if I get interviewed, they're like, what's like your nutrition philosophy? And I say, honestly, like, I just want people eating more plants. Like, I don't care what you do, just as much as you can. And I also like the crowding out method where you're trying to eat more like greens, like have a green smoothie and don't stress out about what else you eat that day because you had that green smoothie. Maybe you put some greens in there, you know, but I feel like to me, because I grew up dieting. I grew up hating having bad body image and self-loathe. I see that with my clients when they first come to me. And I don't do much one-on-one anymore, but I used to do it a lot. And it was just, I get to find out the real story, and I'm sure you do too. And it's like an epidemic. Like it's crazy. And I think when you follow something more flexible about what you're teaching people, I think it takes the pressure off, like you said, and it starts making food about enjoyment and fuel and saying, okay, let's make sure you get these things in your body so you can nourish and thrive and have the energy, but we can enjoy those things because then you can stick with it, you know, because dieting, I feel like if you are following something really too specific, it is hard to keep up with. So I just want to ask you that. Okay. So you're like girl after my own heart. So entrepreneurial. So what was it like because when you were teaching English, were you a contract or were you salary or were you an employee?
Kind of all of them. I did it all.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, so I was teaching English in Vietnam, and it's like, it's not like how it is in North America. It's very, very like, it's very much still a developing country. It's developing really fast, and that's why there's such a demand for English teachers there. But it's really like kind of just like come in. Like the fact that you speak English at all is so valuable to them. Like, so they're just like literally just be in the room and just speak. So it was pretty easygoing.
You're like, I got this. So
Yeah.
you decided to make that switch because I know for me mentally, sometimes I'm still like, I'm an entrepreneur. Like it feels weird sometimes. But what was it like to go from something more secure where you knew like, okay, I can go there and get a job in my sleep, but to make the leap and to branch out on your own, like what was that like mentally? Did you have some fear? Did you have to do some mindset work? Like what was that like for you?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was definitely scary, and like I just completely jumped into it like overnight. You know, I went from like totally like employee mindset, working class mindset, to all of a sudden being like, okay, I guess I'm gonna try to run my own business. Like it was like something that had never even crossed my mind, was never on my radar, and it just all changed so fast. And like, yeah, like I was just kind of like, let's just see how this goes. But pretty much I just decided, yeah, like to work with the mentor that I have. And I just saw, like, I talked with people who had worked with him, and they were like, oh my God, he gets such good results and everything. So I was like, all right, let's just see how this goes. And like, I didn't make any sales for my first 6 weeks. And I was like freaking out because I was like, oh my God, like, what if I just don't get anywhere with this? And then it was finally at the 6 week mark, like all of a sudden it was like, boom. And I just got a bunch of clients all at once. And I was like, like, this is so insane, like so exciting, like it's actually happening.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went from there. And then I realized, like, yeah, I can do this. Like, I can help people get healthy and fit. Like, it's awesome.
Got this. Yeah. I think it's really cool because it is a crowded space. My first brand I launched was FitKim. And I think you having a mentor who's shown you the way is key because I was just like fumbling around. And I also developing programs and stuff for what I thought people needed, not what I checked to see what they wanted. And it sounds like you've had someone pave the way. You're of course doing your own thing, but like you've had someone say, this is a proven system. And I think that's key is to success leaves clues and to find your mentor. And people sometimes are hesitant to invest money because I do coaching and stuff. And the people actually
Mm-hmm.
invest money with me, it's crazy to see their results. Like it blows my mind what they're able to do when they just have somebody to show them the way, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Like I meet still because like so especially in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of people doing like the digital nomad lifestyle where people are trying to build their own online businesses, and I just meet a lot of people who are just kind of trying to figure it all out themselves, and I'm like, man, what are you doing? Get yourself like
Mhm.
hire a mentor because it's just
Yeah.
like I mean, it's crazy when you think about like people spend tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on a degree, and
Mhm.
unfortunately don't always necessarily get much in return from it. But then they won't spend even a couple $1,000s to excel in business. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like if you want to be successful with something in life, you should just learn from people who have the level of success that you want, to know how it works, and just get them to educate you. Like, why are you trying to figure everything out on your own? Like, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, that's so true.
Hmm.
I never thought about that. That's actually a really good point. I should be saying that more often of like spending the money in your education, you know? And I've
Yeah.
spent obviously my undergrad and I have masters and PhDs. And I think about all the money I spent. Like my undergrad was private and I paid for the whole thing myself. Like if I
Mm.
had just taken those 4 years and like invested in a coach, I would be like a millionaire already. So
Oh yeah,
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 but it's just funny, like the mindset shift. So
yeah.
because you have more of an independent schedule. Like for me, I have a space, I have my desk. Like I still come in and I have some boundaries and routine. Um,
Hmm.
what has helped you to stay on track? Like how are you productive? Like, do you do time blocking? I didn't prep you on this question, but like, how do you stay organized with things?
It's definitely been a journey. Like, I think that these last, like, so I've been an entrepreneur now. I've been doing this business for only 7 months. So I'm still like really new in this whole world. And I definitely think I was really kind of suffering from not being very organized and not really knowing how to be productive and use my time efficiently. So something I've been like learning about a lot recently, and it's something that I'm like really building now, is the whole concept of rituals, right? And being like, if you want a certain result, you need to have the rituals and the habits in place that will get you the result that you want. So that's something I've started to do a lot more now, is like really structuring my day. And so kind of how I do it is like the morning is like the deep work and the content creation and that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. That's a lot of focus. And then in my afternoons, I do more like my outreach. So just doing all the social media stuff, messaging people. And then in the evenings, I'm trying to do more like self development. So reading, listening to sales training, or just self development. And that's kind of like how I want to move forward now.
Mhm.
But I mean, it really varies day to day because I also do a lot of calls with both the clients that I have as well as prospective clients. So like that can really just like depending when I have the calls, so I kind of just work around it like that. But that's kind of that's how, I'm working on it still, trying to
Oh,
find like
yeah.
the right rhythm for me and how to be organized. But yeah, it's slowly improving.
Work in progress. I know. Plus, things change. Like you might have a client you had at a certain time, and then you're done with them, and you get a new one that needs a different time. And of course, you have to work with your own parameters. But then everything shifts around. Like it's a puzzle. I do that too. I'm like, oh, I got to change all that. So when you see, because this goes to all of you guys watching that are entrepreneurs too, but I want you to listen to her answer. When it comes to clients that you work with that are able to get results and stick with it, what are like some themes or attributes that you see in them?
Okay, so there are two main things I would say that are going to make you successful with your health and fitness. The first one is a little bit more practical, which is that like you really need to realize, like as I was saying, same thing in business where it's like you have to have the rituals in place to get you the results you want. Exact same thing with your health and fitness, right? Where it's like if you want to be healthy, fit, energized, all these things, you need to have kind of a lifestyle where those habits are ingrained kind of effortlessly. And this is what I really focus on with my coaching. It's not about like the short term, like go super extreme and lose all the weight in a really unsustainable way. I hate that. I'm
Yeah.
really against that because for me, I'm like, health and fitness is a lifestyle. It's not a diet. And
Mhm.
so it's if you want to have lasting results, you need to be consistently taking action. And so I actually think that it's so much better. I'm like, it's so much more win-win because it's like this way. And I always say this to my clients and in my content. I'm like, it really is, you get to have your cake and eat it too, where it's like get to have all the amazing benefits of being healthy and fit, looking and feeling great every single day, but you also still get to live a normal life and do your indulgences. You don't need to separate them. So I say, like, the first key to really being successful in the long term is figuring out how to build those habits into your lifestyle, and then figuring out how it's going to work for you. And that's something that is part of everybody's individual fitness journey. It really is a journey, you know, like a very personal spiritual thing. You figure it out as you go along and figure out, like, I really love this healthy way of eating, I really love this type of exercise, and this is how it works for me to fit it into my lifestyle. So yeah, like figuring out how you can enjoy it and how to make it sustainable is really important. And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is by being very patient with yourself, very forgiving, and realizing it's not about being perfect. You know, like this
Oh,
all or nothing attitude, people not so much, where they're like, I either only eat vegetables and exercise 5 hours a day, or I don't do anything at all. That,
right.
like, these extremes. And I'm like, no, it's not that at all. And thank God it's not that, because I wouldn't be doing it if that was what it was.
Yeah.
Um, and it's like, the reality is it's so much better than that. It's so much more balanced. It's like, no, you kind of eat, you know, eat plants, drink water, do work out a little bit, and then you still get to go and live a normal life. So finding a
Mhm.
way that you can slowly integrate those positive changes, figuring out how you can take bad habits and kind of slowly change them into good habits, and just instilling those routines in your life is really going to make you successful in the long run. The other thing is, like, and this is actually the biggest thing, is your mindset. Mindset is the
Oh,
biggest
yeah.
thing always. But yeah, kind of what I'm talking about, where like, and this is an area that I really focus on in my coaching. You know, it's so much more than just like eat this way and train this way and good luck to you. It's like I do so much work with all my girls on their mindset, where I really show them that it's not about being perfect at all. You don't need to be perfect to be successful. Just because somebody is fit does not mean they're perfect. They still go out and stuff their face. They still go out and party. They still go on vacation. It's not about like they're this perfect human being. It's just that they are consistent. They take action
Mhm.
the majority of the time. And when it becomes a lifestyle, when you're consistently having those routines in place, you're going to consistently have the results. And that's when you really realize that you have the choice. You know, you have the choice where you can do the thing that's going to make you feel and look awesome every single day, give you energy, give you confidence, put you in a positive state of mind, or you can do the thing that's going to do the opposite. And when you really realize like it's a choice that way, you realize how much better your life is when you are healthy, it makes you want to actually do that. So yeah, I
Mhm.
think like overcoming that mindset of like I have to be perfect and it's all or nothing is the biggest hurdle. And I'd say when you get past that, when you realize it's not about being perfect, it's just about being consistent, that is when you're going to be successful in the long run.
I love that so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, tell people how they can find you. Elise is screaming, so I have to wrap it up. You know, hashtag mom
Sure.
life that is gone. But how can people find you? How can they find out more about you? You guys are going to love her. Like videos are amazing. So how can people find you?
Yep, sure. So probably the best thing is I have a very rapidly growing Facebook group, free Facebook group, Nomadic Nutrition and Fitness. So in there, we all come together and share just like healthy living hacks, whether that's recipes, workouts, mindset tips. And also I'm going to be hosting on Monday, May 6th. I have this big spring challenge coming up. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be just like a great way for all these women to come together and get excited about spring and just kind of have that little platform to like give themselves a push and kind of just work on building those healthy habits and finding ways to do it that are easy and enjoyable. That's what I'm really big about. And then if you would like to know more about me, specifically my journey and how it is that I help people build a sustainable lifestyle of health and fitness that's easy and enjoyable for them, that gives them great results every day of the year, no matter where they are in the world, then you should go ahead and check out my actual website, which is nomadicnutritionfitness.com.
Okay. Awesome. Nomadicnutritionfitness.com. If you guys
Yeah.
put in the comments, we're hooking up the money chat. Yeah, it's already set up. So if you put link in the comments, LINK, it'll have her group on there and you guys can jump in there. And then put link in the comments if you still need the Pinterest workshop. It's tomorrow. I'm going to show you guys how to prospect with Pinterest. I've been testing it out and it's freaking awesome. I'm not going to lie. So it's a great way to find more people to connect with and to really stand out because no one's using it the right way, in my opinion. And then I have a new influencer workshop coming up end of this month. I'm going to show you how I've diversified. I have 12 streams of income, but I'm going to show you how to become an influencer and really step into that and how you can monetize it. So just put link in the comments and you can get the workshop for that. Last but not least, my social media bootcamp is May 15th. It's 8 weeks long. It's a crash course on how I went from 250 followers on social media to over 100,000 in a year, just over a year. And so if you're like, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, I need to relaunch, you need to be in the bootcamp. It's the last live one I'm doing. The first 20 to register will get my digital swag bag, which has tons of different things like ebooks. I hear her coming. Okay, I got to run. Okay, so just put link in the comments. You can get the boot camp. Meaghan, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.